never gon' pull now. Enemy blessing, but we ain't gon' shut down. She quarterback on some cannon. Throwing you together, clean and sharp. Shannon, talking fake, heavy, right on world class. Like 2 dogs automatic, 25 like ES. What you said, girl? Dropping news like reporters from the sideline. Going live, yeah, it's about to be grind time. So tune in, so get left out. 2 dogs, radio, drilling, you're the best style.
What it do, baby? What it do? Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Drone. Oh, ain't Drone's Big Dog. It's time for the $2 Sports Talk Show, baby. It's time for $2 Sports Talk Show. It just got heated, so heated when we got on here. So I just done lost track of thought of everything. Yo is here, and before we came on the show, he was about to make me go off because he said that my God have mercy. Hey man, we gotta have a short monologue today because we got to get started. We got a big interview with Coach Montgomery, 6A1 state champions again for the 8th straight year in a row. And so,
yeah, congratulations to Bigsby, and then Sand Springs beat won 6A2.
Yeah. So how was your week, man?
Weekend was good. We went to one of my wife's friend's birthday party, his 60th birthday party in Fort Smith, and it was semi-formal. It was cool. It was really, really cool. It was dressed to impress, sat down and had a dinner. They danced a lot of bro, I ain't never heard jazz instrumentals of like Usher, and what else did they play? He played Usher Confessions. They played a SWV song. I was like, "Hey man, I know these songs," but it was a jazz melody. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then Robin gonna say, "See, if you watch the Bridgertons, they do this all the time. I've heard all of these."
Hold on, you ain't watched the Bridgerton? You ain't watched none of them?
None, bro. I don't watch none of that, bro.
Hey man, my wife had me watch it. It's pretty good. Really, truly, it's not as bad as you think it is, man. It's pretty good. The Bridgertons are pretty good, dog.
And that's one of the ones she watched in the room. She ain't never showed it to me. So, only thing me and my wife really watch together is she wants to watch Sisters on BET.
No, that's too much title here.
Yeah. We watch Force, BMF, all the 50 shows she wants to watch together. She won't allow me to watch them by myself. SVU and Chicago Fire, because I don't watch.
Oh yeah, see, I watch Chicago Fire. I watch all the Law and Order.
Yeah,
even the new one that's on CW, Law and Order Toronto.
It's a new one.
Yeah, it's one on CW called Law and Order, Criminal Intent, Toronto, Canada.
Is it good?
Yeah. The season finale was last week.
Oh, so it should be showing up on Hulu here pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Yeah, all the Law and Order, all the Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Med.
Yeah.
I watched Will Trent. I watched The Rookie. I watched the new movie called Doc.
Oh, on Fox.
Yeah.
I don't watch none of that.
Yeah, I watch all that, man. I watch all that though.
Cause Thursday I have to get off of the Prime to go back to my cable so I can watch SVU. Then I go back to the game. Cause the Thursday night games really sometimes be
weak, though.
Yeah,
be weak.
So you can always take a hiatus from that game.
Well, if I really want to watch it and I'm in the room, my wife, I go to another room or I record the show I'm gonna watch, which I record all the shows. Yeah. I end up watching it on stream anyhow because I don't want to see commercials. So I end up watching them on stream and still a DVR. But then what I do, I have my phone right there on Prime and watch the game on my phone. and something else we watch.
Well,
on
that's
TV.
what I like about Hulu TV, bro. When you record it on Hulu, it gives you the gap of where the commercials are at.
But some of them you can't fast forward. You got to still watch the commercial. It give you the gap, but you can't fast forward it.
Yeah, but it give you the gap. So, that just tells me I can get up and go get something to drink and then come back.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna come right back. We're gonna take a real quick break, and we're gonna come back with Coach Montgomery of the 6A1 State Football Champions, the Bigsby Spartans.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
Get a slam dunk like man up. Enemy salty ran up. It's a foul move and one. We say man. Jesus out all my life. I'ma shine bright as a light. I don't need diamonds to shine. I just keep God on my mind, dog. Give him my all till I sign up. Watch me clean like pine saw. Hey. I call God, yeah. Jesus, he the reason I be rapping, singing in the hood and trenches. I don't need a mention. This some time in prison. I got rescued, not arrested. Now I'm living. I be Holy Spirit sipping Bible coats, and I was chosen for this moment. Devil choking home and you don't believe me. Take a look. A few years ago, up the road, I was in the basement, just a bed and clothes. Prayer work, I'ma let you know. Now I'm saving souls all around the globe. Preaching Jesus' name, it's the only hope. Yeah. He's the only hope. He's the only hope. He's the only one that can save my soul, yeah. Double getting mad cause his tactics whack. I be stopping on the double like back to back, yeah. Back to back, like back to back, yeah. Back to back, like back to back.
I got that 50 assists. Soon was Kirk with the dish. MJ follow 2 fish. Isolation, big risk. Yeah. All we do is win.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know that back to back is one of the hottest ones that we play. We got to play that one every week. Trinity Trey, I can say Trinity Trey did his thing on that one.
Yes,
he did his thing on that one. That one is nice. He did his thing on that one.
That one go hard.
Yeah, it do. But hey, we first bring on Coach Montgomery from the Bigsby Spartans, and we'll be right back. Here comes Coach Montgomery. All right. You ready, Coach?
Ready when you are.
All right, it's $2 Sports Talk Show with Jerome, and we on here with the. It seems like it's just repetitive, just saying champion head coach, Coach Montgomery of the Bigsby Spartans. How's it going today, Coach?
Man, it's going great. Busy, after the season, everybody expects things to die down, and they will, but there's a lot of work to get done in a short amount of time. But man, it's great to be on here. When I get to be on Two Dogs, it means that we've had a good year.
Well, I guess you're gonna be on there for the rest of your life as long as you're at Bigsby, huh?
Well, I won't complain, not at all.
Now, Coach, I told everybody last year if they was gonna get Bigsby, last year was the year to get them. And They came close, but they didn't succeed. How do you just keep this train rolling? And the community is called the machine. That's what your Big C Spartans name is, the machine. How do you keep this machine rolling like you do?
Well, I mean, first off, we've been really fortunate the last few years to have a great community, great players. We've kept our coaches in place, which is unheard of in today's day and age. Our offensive and defensive coordinator have been with us for every state championship. And so, that says a lot. And I think, high school football, when we first took the job here back in 2010, we took our lumps, quite a few lumps. In fact, we were afraid that we might not get to hang around and see everything through as goes coaching. But, we have a process and we believe in the process, and we develop kids, and that's our number one thing. We say we'll be the best program in Oklahoma at developing student athletes, and we get our kids in the weight room their 7th grade year, and they never step out of it. We train year round, and we think that's a big deal. And that was the case this year. We had 44 seniors, I think, or 42 seniors. And the vast majority of them are guys that have been with us, since elementary. And so, kind of adhering to that process and trying to take guys maybe that are just average athletes and turn them into good football players. And then, of course, you got to have some of those exceptional guys. We were fortunate enough this year to have guys like Cord Nolan and Braden Presley and Emery Snyder and Trey McLaughlin, guys that were Division I guys and signed last week to go play at schools like Texas Tech and Oklahoma State and West Virginia.
Now, one thing that I've heard, I knew someone, they youth go to Guts, and they said they was looking at, you have some players that was there, and they noticed something. They said, Dad, one thing I noticed is they had a player that accepted Christ, and the whole entire team came up support. He said, that's a camaraderie that you don't see. Is that something that you have developed from elementary on up, the camaraderie that people are seeing in the community?
Well, I think you're right. We've got kids that enjoy being around each other. I just gave senior exit surveys yesterday. I haven't read through them all, but one of the things, one of the questions is, what's your favorite part of the program? And a whole lot of guys, and I mentioned we have 42 seniors. Well, a lot of those guys don't get to play a ton, of those 42 guys, but every single one of them, not every single one of them, but a whole bunch of them talked about how they love the football community that we have, how they love being with their friends, how they, hang out. And I can kind of speak firsthand to this now, because I've got a son on the team who's a sophomore, and I can't say enough about what he calls it, the Wolf Pack. They've got a group of offensive linemen. He's an offensive lineman that, those seniors take in the young guys and help them out and give them rides and take them to eat and all the things, right? And, that's a big deal when you're a young kid stepping into a program, to have the older guys embrace you, help you, push you, those sort of things. And so I think you're right. I think that is special. So if a guy is being saved or what have you, our guys are going to want to go support that.
Now, I compare you. I was thinking yesterday, I said, Bigsby reminds me of the Michael Jordan era. People say Patrick Ewing and all of them would have championships if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. I look at Bigsby the same way. A lot of these schools would probably have championships and divisions if it wasn't for the Bigsby Spartans. They say they lull you to sleep, and then all of a sudden they make you think you're going to win, and then they just blow you out. What is that feeling? How do you get your players up constantly to be ready to play, and to play not just 2 quarters, but 4 quarters?
Well, that's hard to say because complacency is human nature, and you got to fight it all the time. But I think the fact that as a program, as a coaching staff, hopefully we understand winning is hard. It's hard to win every single game, and every single time you take the practice field or meeting, you have to be focused, and you have to know in the back of your mind that if you don't perform at a high level, you're going to get your rear end beat. And that's something I think all of our coaches kind of have that. I don't want to call it a chip on their shoulder, but maybe a mindset, and that just carries on down to our players.
So understanding the players, understanding the history and the winning atmosphere at Bixby, what is it that your second team, your third team? So I know this year you beat a team like 90-something to 3, but it wasn't like you had your starters in there. You had your second team, your third, and the level didn't drop off. Is that from the leadership that you have, or is that from the coaches, or is that just from growing up, understanding that, hey, you got to play at this level all time?
Well, hopefully it's a product of our processes. We are really fortunate at Bixby. You talked about the community. Our school board, our administration has allowed us and given us the resources we need to hire great coaches, to retain great coaches, and have enough, for that matter. And so I like to think that the way we practice, the way we try to make sure that all of our kids are engaged, at a bare minimum, they know what to do. Obviously, we have kids that maybe aren't athletic enough to get a job done, but they're going the right direction. They're putting a helmet on the right guy. They're using good technique, things like that. When you're talking about our young guys that are having their opportunity to step in. And so that's something that we've tried to get better at, each and every year. And I'll give you an example. When our first and second team defense is going through team defense and getting reps, we've got a couple of different scout teams going against them. Some of those guys are our starting offensive guys. And then down on the opposite end, we call it futures, but we've got our young guys, our sophomores, with the coaches that aren't actively engaged in that drill, running a dumbed down script of our base stuff, trying to get real good, trying to increase their football knowledge so that when they do have that opportunity, and we call whatever base play it is we run, when they have an opportunity to go in the game, they know what to do.
So it's just a constant training process all the way around at practice, in the classroom. It's just a constant ingrained training of how you're supposed to play, the right way you're supposed to play, and what it is about being a teammate, a friend, and just a competitor.
Yeah, I think that's the case. It's we did a staff book study, and we read the book Atomic Habits, which was really, really good. And the author said, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our processes. So I think the better we can make our processes, the better we can make our systems for developing our student athletes. It at least gives us a chance. It doesn't guarantee success, or, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to have a guy that can catch the other team's really fast guy, and everybody's got a really fast guy, right? But it, at the bare minimum, the level to entry is you've got to know what to do.
So how many players did you have come out this year?
So 10 through 12, we had about 130. It was our biggest roster that we've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really big group, and so keeping those guys engaged takes a lot of planning. I got to give it to our coaching staff. Our coordinators, Tyler Schneider, he's been with us for 15 years now. Our defense coordinator, Rodney Flowers, has been with us 14. Those guys work really hard to make sure practices are engaging for all of our kids.
So you haven't lost a championship in 8 years. What does that feel like to go 8 years? You went from lower level to 6A1, which is the top here in Oklahoma, and you still winning championships. What is that like? How do you get yourself up for that?
Well, So I don't know. That's a good question. Right now is the point, postseason time is kind of the self-help, self-reflection type of phase for me. Like I'll spend time over Christmas break, listen to leadership podcasts, reading a little bit, those sort of things. But I think one of the things that we've been fortunate enough to create and have here at Bixby is a coaching staff that is, we all like winning and we all love football. Don't get me wrong, but you got to love, and it's cliche, but you got to love that process of developing student athletes. And, when we hit the ground run, well, I guess we are hitting the ground run, and we were lifting weights yesterday. We're starting our exit interviews with our guys, today, setting goals for next year, those sort of things. I think we've got a lot of guys that are in love with the process of developing football players.
Speaking of goals, what are some of the goals that some of your players have set? What when y'all hear that, what are some of the things? What is that one goal that you say, wow, I can't believe they set that goal for themselves?
Well, so, guys have a tendency sometimes to have broad goals. And so we encourage them to be fairly specific. Like, I want to be on the 2 deep defense next year, or I want to start on kickoff team, or I want to clean 300 pounds by Night of Champions. And so we encourage them to do that. And then ironically enough, a lot of kids don't have enough confidence in themselves. We're like, they might come in and say something real generic like, I want to get more playing time next year. We're like, no, that's not a measurable goal. How about, and it's a kid that maybe we think can start for us. And how about I want to start at corner next year, or I want to start at right tackle next year. Let's be super specific. So everybody knows, what you're shooting for. And so sometimes those goal meetings are more breathing a little bit of confidence into a kid that doesn't really know where they are.
Do you have your coaches make goals also?
I do, yes. One of the things that, and I sent it out to our staff yesterday, it's kind of the same thing every year, but one of the things that, I've got about 23 or 25 questions that I ask the coaches. What do we need to stop doing in this program? What must we keep doing? What do we need to add? Talk about your personnel. It ends up being a 5 or 6, if they do a good job, a 5, 6, 7 page document that they fill out. And then I go in and put my 2 cents on it. We sit down and we talk about it. But one of the things on it is strengths and weaknesses. And so I don't point typically, unless it needs to be pointed out, I typically don't try to point out a particular coach's weakness, because generally on that document, on the 3 things that he wants to work on are generally 3 weaknesses or areas of growth, you should say, for that coach. And so it's kind of why we do that process. And so I give those guys until we leave for Christmas break to fill that document out, send it to me. I'll read them over Christmas break, when I'm taking it easy or sitting on the couch or whatever. And then when we come back, I'll meet with each of our coaches and we'll sit down and we'll go through that document because I want to know. I want to know if Jeremiah, is working towards being a head coach in the future. I want to know if maybe his goal is to get his master's degree, whatever, because it allows me as a leader and someone who can help facilitate those things to help them.
So, Coach, you're almost running out of hands. Well, matter of fact, I think you done ran out of hands for rings. Do you got to get your toes sized now?
Oh, well, those are good problems. Those are problems that we like to figure out, right?
So, but you're going to Christmas break. What is that one food that you got to have on Christmas break?
Oh man, it's hard to say. One of my former teammates lives in Seattle, and the last couple of years we've gone to see him, and it's probably one of his steaks. He's an excellent cook, but we're not going this year. So, I think Christmas Day will definitely be just kind of generic ham. I might eat a piece of pecan pie, but I'm definitely going to get some red meat and get a steak in at some point over Christmas break.
Okay, so how many of your students see what OU doing, and the hard work, and they say we want to be like that?
Well, that's a good question. One for sure, our big left tackle, Caden Penny, he's a junior and is committed to play offensive line for the University of Oklahoma, and he loves it, and he sees it because he's been down there a couple of times. And anybody that's been around Oklahoma football for any time, Bill Beedenbow, their offensive line coach, he's hard. He coaches hard. He demands the most out of those guys, but at the same time, he's also got more guys in the NFL than any other offensive line coach that's doing it right now. And so I talked to Caden. I was like, when you go down there, it's hard. The strength coach is hard, Coach Beedenbow. It's not going to be all sunshine and roses. And he's like, that's what I want, Coach. I want to be developed. I want to be pushed. I want to be coached hard. And so I think that's a really good thing. And I think those are things probably that Caden has come to expect because he's a humble kid and has grown up in this program.
So, Coach, this is going to be the last question. Are you ready to win another championship next year?
We're not ready yet. We've got a lot of work to do. But that will be the goal. Every day when we break it down, it's gold ball, and so that's what we're going to be working towards. As I mentioned, it's a process, and we'll see how this particular group of kids, this 2026 team leads, develops, all those sorts of things that make the difference.
How many seniors will we have next year?
Oh, I haven't counted. It'll be a pretty good crew. When they were like in 8th grade, I think there was about 100 of them. But I would expect another big class. I think it'll be 40 or 45 kids.
Okay. All right, Coach. Hey, we want to thank you for being on Two Dawgs Sports Talk Show. We love it every time you come on. We find it a privilege. And hey, congratulations once again on another gold ball.
Well, thank you guys so much. It's always an honor. And, I know that we're going to be on at least once at your preseason preview, but this is the one that makes me the most happy.
All right, Coach, you have a good day. And, hey, enjoy that banquet tonight.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You have a good one, too.
All right, bye-bye. That was Coach Montgomery from the 681. All right, Bigsby Spartans champions. This is number he 8 in a row, but I think they'd have won a total of 10 out of the 12 years that he's been at Bigsby. 10 out of the 12, man.
Bro, that's impressive. That's very impressive. It's nothing to sneeze at, bro, because it's a lot of work. Because you playing 6A ball, you playing best of the best in the state of Oklahoma, and to really have that level of just consistent brilliance is not. It's nothing to sneeze at, bro. You got to put in a lot of work to win 10 out of 12.
And the crazy thing, you have a lot of the schools trying to pattern what Bigsby is doing
to what they do.
And so where a lot of the schools, they didn't go down to the middle schools, the 7th grade, 8th grade. Now everybody's trying to go and start 7th grade, 8th grade. Unique thing about them is, like I said, I asked them about the story, about the where his players, they went to Guts, and one of their players accepted Christ, and the whole team went up and supported him. That's unusual.
Well, I think Coach Montgomery probably preaches brotherhood.
Yeah,
and you gotta love your brother. So, and as a football team, you pretty much become family because you're with these guys from summer pride till now, and then most of your best friends
is on the football team.
So it's a brotherhood, and anybody that has played ball, usually can go back as far as they can remember of when they started playing ball and they got all these stories because it becomes you become family.
Yeah.
So it's just but they just take it. They take
it a little bit more.
Yeah.
They take it to another level.
Yeah.
But hey, that was the Two Dog family, Coach Montgomery, 6A1 state high school champions on the show. We're gonna try to get some other state champions.
But I think every year we've been on the air.
He's been there. Yeah.
Yeah, every year we've been on the air. Bigsby has been the champ.
Yeah. That's the way it go, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want something to do tonight, there's a lot of basketball games going on, especially in North Tulsa. You have Booker T. Washington. They're playing the Edison Eagles tonight over at Booker T. You have McLean Titans. They have a game up at McLean. You also have Broken Arrow. They playing Edmond Santa Fe out at Tiger Fieldhouse tonight. So there's a lot of basketball going around. So if you need something to do after the Two Dog Sports Talk Show, you get through listening, go check out and support some high school basketball. It's going down and it's getting hot and heavy. And so, hey, Booker T. One thing I can say, Booker T is favorites to win another gold ball this year. What Coach Brown is doing over there at Booker T this year, last year, and it's carrying over this year, man. They are looking dog. They looking pretty much, and he got some height this year. So they run a fast-paced offense, fast-paced defense, in your face pressure, and he got height, and he got and
he probably go 7, 8, 9 deep.
Yeah, he do. I think he deeper this year than he was last year.
So somebody gonna have some problems. Because if you don't have a ball handler who can handle that pressure, y'all gonna keep turning the ball over, and they gonna keep getting 80 buckets because they don't get tired, bro. They don't. If you ask the question, are they tired yet? They gonna be like, no. They
went out of state, man, and they did their thing. But hey, go check out some high school basketball. But we first talk some football here.
Yeah.
The college football playoff bracket came out last week. And there was so many discrepancies, so many things that just make you want to say, And it was, I'm still trying to figure out. And I heard all the talk that people saying the reason why and all this other mess. But my theory is about Notre Dame. If Miami should be in front of Notre Dame now, they should have been in front of Notre Dame the week before. If both teams ain't playing, both teams hadn't got on the field, did they go watch Miami at practice or something and say, okay, they beat the second team? What did they do? And so I understand why Notre Dame have a gripe. People want to say, well, you should have made a harder schedule and this and that. Bump all that. I hear all that. But the thing is, if my schedule wasn't an issue the week before when I played, why is it an issue now when it comes down to the finals and neither team play? That's that is the only issue and the gripe that I have. Besides James Madison and Tulane should not be in this. Tulane playing a team that they played earlier during the year and got beat by 30-plus points with no problem. If y'all think Ole Miss is supposed to come in there just because Lane Kiffin is not there and supposed to lay down for Tulane, y'all are sadly mistaken. They supposed to beat Tulane probably about 40. What say y'all?
Well, to me, Notre Dame didn't belong. For one, the 2 losses was to Miami and to Texas A&M. I can't name a team that was in the top 10 that they beat. Their strength of schedule was 44th. So to me, I don't care what Notre Dame did. They didn't belong in the conversation. Everybody said, well, they was playing good. Well, Texas was playing good too, but Texas played a harder schedule than what Notre Dame played. Texas' strength of schedule was 8th in the nation. Every SEC team is in the top 20 of strength of schedule. Most of them had to play a gauntlet to get to be at the upper echelon of the SEC. Tell me a team that Notre Dame played that besides Miami and besides Texas A&M that they were not a 10 to 20 point overdog. There's not one. They were supposed to beat them teams while they beat them. So I don't want to hear that, Notre Dame. To me, Notre Dame need to shut up and sign the name on the dotted line to a conference. Come on to the SEC, and we'll see if y'all gonna be at the end of the line when y'all get there.
I hear what you're saying, and I get it. But
go to the Big Ten. Y'all in their backyard.
The team that y'all saying they was just so terrible from, because Notre Dame got better as the year went along.
So did Texas.
They lost to Miami by 3.
Okay. So did Texas.
They lost to Texas A&M, who everybody said Texas A&M was in the top 4 before they got beat by Texas. Texas A&M was undefeated,
right? And
they lost to Texas A&M by 1.
Is it still a nail?
But hold on, but I'm just to prove a point to y'all.
Okay,
it's not their fault that Arkansas sucked. Arkansas is in the SEC, and Arkansas wasn't supposed to be sucky.
Arkansas was, what was they, 4-7?
Boise State was one of the top teams, supposed to be one of the top teams in Conference USA. Ain't they fault that Boise State didn't play like they supposed to have been playing? They were scheduled to be one of the top teams. We already know North Carolina State, which is an ACC, they whooped up on them. USC supposed to be one of the top teams in the Big Ten.
Trash.
It's not their fault that USC did not show up and be who they supposed to be. And they beat USC, who was supposed to have this high-powered offense, 34-24.
But they have a man-adore defense. It's Lincoln Riley. Man-adore defense, Ole.
So we want to holler about schedule. Some of this stuff is not
Stanford. Stanford was 2-10 on the season. 2-10.
But the point.
They also played Air Force.
No, they didn't play Air Force this year.
They played Navy.
They played Navy.
And they played Army.
No, they didn't play Army neither.
They didn't play Army?
No, they didn't play Army.
So did they play Rutgers?
Nope. They played Miami.
They played Michigan.
Texas A&M. They played Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, North Carolina State, USC, Boston College, Navy, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, and Stanford.
Okay. Syracuse, Stanford, North Carolina State, Purdue.
Pittsburgh was ranked in the top of the ACC. Matter of fact, Pittsburgh was ranked in the top 25 during the season.
Yeah.
So we holler about this soft schedule.
Soft.
But they play. So and like I said, my issue is if Miami should have been ahead of Notre Dame, and it's not Notre Dame Miami's fault, it's the cotton picking NCAA and this selection committee and all this other bull. If Miami should have been ahead of them, they should have been ahead of them the week before, because neither one of them played, neither one of them stepped on the field, neither one of them did anything, but Miami jumps them. It shouldn't have happened. They got screwed, and you can't blame Notre Dame for it. You got to blame the committee and the NCAA and this screwed up stuff that's going on.
Well,
just like you got the ACC. How in the ACC, Miami lost 2 games?
Yes.
How in the world a team that's 7-5 end up in the championship game of the ACC when you got Miami right there that has lost only 2 games? How in the world does that happen?
That's some kind of I think they said it was some I forgot.
It was some kind of point stuff.
Yeah,
some tiebreaker mess that they got. But so, like I said, we're jumping down Notre Dame's throat when you need to be jumping down some of these ADs, some of these the selection committee and the NCAA. You need to be jumping down their throat because they the one that messed this mess up. They the one that screwed this junk up. We know good and well James Madison and Tulane ain't supposed to do jack crap against Ole Miss and against Oregon.
I mean, those games, I don't even know how that shouldn't even be allowed, bro. Them teams are not on the level of those two teams they're about to face, and they got to go on the road and play them in their backyard. Just imagine, bro, you in the playoffs, you James Madison, you ain't seen a crowd of 80,000, and now you finna go into Oregon, you finna go to Pacific Northwest. It's gonna be nothing but green and yellow for as long as you can see. And y'all gonna have to play this team who's a dominant team.
And the coach, and you know the coach does not care.
Yeah, he gonna try to run the score up. Because he gonna try to make a point. They didn't deserve to be here.
They're gonna beat James Madison by 50 points.
Yeah, they gonna try to 50 burger them boys.
So why are you chose not to put Dookie in?
Well,
you shouldn't. I don't care if James Madison and them did only win one game. Lose one game. They shouldn't have been there.
Hey, bro. I watched the Duke. Well, I watched the fourth quarter of the Duke and Virginia game. Bro, did you see how Virginia had the game? And then overtime. Duke wins the possession. No, Virginia wins the possession. Say, we kicking off. We gonna put our defense on the field first. Duke got up on the line of scrimmage, ran the ball right down. Smack dab in the middle, ran it right down their throat to the 4-yard line. They get to the vote, try to start going outside. The last play, they score.
Hey,
Virginia gets the ball.
I see that.
Virginia gets the ball. They try a trick play. And it gets intercepted, game over. What stupid? Bro, that makes no sense. That makes no sense, bro.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I know what you're talking about. I seen it. It was horrible.
Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever seen in
hey, man.
You know you got to score, right? So why you running the trick play and he's double covered?
Hey, man. Y'all holler about Notre Dame had a soft schedule.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to give you James Madison's schedule. That's supposed to play Oregon. Weber State.
Who?
Weber State. They played Louisville, who Notre Dame mollywopped and got beat 28-14. Liberty. Georgia Southern. Georgia State, and they only beat Georgia State 14-7. Louisiana.
Tech?
No. Louisiana.
There is a school called the University of Louisiana?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Old Dominion.
Oh, yeah. Trash.
Texas State.
Super trash.
Marshall. Appalachian State.
Well, Appalachian State usually be good.
Washington State.
So who they lose to?
Louisville. And Coastal Carolina. And ended with Troy in the championship game. But they made it to
the playoffs. Now the selection committee bro, the selection committee should know that there is no way that James Madison should be in the playoffs with that schedule, bro. I didn't realize they played Powder Puffs the whole time, bro. They played Louisville. That's the only team they played that was D1. Everybody else, if they play any Any Big Ten or SEC school would get mollywopped.
Here's Tulane. South Alabama.
Okay.
Ole Miss, they lost 37-20. Southern Mississippi. Nichols.
Nichols State?
Nichols.
Just Nichols. Where that at?
UAB.
Okay, University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Memphis.
They beat them?
Yeah.
Okay. Memphis beat Arkansas, though, too.
North Texas.
That dude got the O State job.
Rice.
Okay. That's a
East Carolina.
East Carolina. So that's to you and them people.
Tulsa. Because they in Conference USA.
Yeah, okay.
Tulsa. Florida Atlantic. UTSA and SMU. That's who they played.
Okay, that's a little bit better than what James Madison played. At least they did play some D1. They played more than one D1 school. But do they belong in? But I think they call it. I think they're a
mid-major. They go and so they put them in. They had to put them in because it's in the contract. They had to put them in because it's in the contract. It's in the BC. It's in the BCS playoff contract that they had to put them in. That way, according to what I heard today, so they wouldn't be able to sue, but they had to put them in.
Okay, okay. I so it's in the contract, but
and next year it's in the contract. I believe that if Notre Dame finish in the top 12 or top 10, they have to be put in the playoff.
Even with a powder puff schedule.
If James Madison Tulane can get there with powder puff schedule, so can Notre Dame. And we know Notre Dame is a lot better than either one of them.
True, but at least
we know Notre Dame would give Ole Miss and Oregon a run for their money.
True.
You know that.
But at least Tulane is in I guess they're in a, I think Conference USA is in a Power 5 schedule, is a conference in a Power 5.
Mid-major.
Yeah, but they still, it's considered a Power 5. Because I think the Power 5 is SEC, Big 10, Big 12, Conference USA, and is it the Midwest or the new Pac-12 is supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
So what conference is James Madison in? Is it the Sun Belt? I don't know. Here we go. It's the Big 10, SEC, Big 12, ACC,
and Pac-12. That's it. Conference USA is not on there.
Conference USA is not a Power 5?
No, it's the Big 10, SEC, ACC, Big 12, and Pac-12.
Okay, but the Pac-12 only got 2 teams. I think Oregon State and Washington State is the only teams in the Pac-12.
But that's it.
Because I think Stanford is I think they independent, and most of the bigger Pac-12 teams went to the Big 10. The other ones went to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but I other than those things, I'm not mad at the selection committee other than those, the Notre Dame and then the James Madison and Tulane thing. This is my theory. This is why I think they did what they did. They didn't do it because of play on the field. They didn't do it because of the head-to-head. They did it because they didn't want to have to deal with people coming at them because there was no ACC team, which is a Power 5 conference, no ACC team represented in the playoff. And the lawsuit and the yelling and the mess that they would have to do. That's why Miami got in over Notre Dame. They look at it like this. We can deal with Notre Dame. They're independent. What they gonna do? We can deal with that. But we can't deal with a Power 5
not being represented.
Not being represented. That's why Miami ended up in there. Not because the play on the field, not because of the head-to-head, not because of none of that. Because the eye test would tell you which team is better. Eye test will tell you that. But the reason they was in there is because it was like, we cannot have a Power 5 school conference not being represented in the playoff.
Okay, so tell me, how do you think they can fix this? Because to me, I think it's not. I think it's gonna go up to 16.
Yeah, it'll probably go up to 16.
Because to me, the way this, and they have to. Well, I thought it was the computer was picking. I think they had a couple computers picking.
But
the 12, and then they had.
But
the selection committee.
But the final end
is the
selection committee, and they can put, if they feel that a team shouldn't be put in, they get put in. Like I said, look at Alabama got put in because they're Alabama. That's it. If Vanderbilt had the same schedule that Alabama, Vanderbilt would not be in there.
But I don't. That's why I didn't understand. Like, why did Alabama get it and Vanderbilt only had 2 losses?
Alabama got in because they're Alabama. Because think about it. 1 minute they say the conference championship game count. Well, if that's the case, why BYU is not up in there? Then they say, well, the conference championship game should count. So it's like they're talking out the side of their neck. 1 minute they saying one thing which not line up, then another minute they say something else which not. So it's like they're contradicting themselves. But I guarantee you, if Alabama was not Alabama,
they wouldn't be in there.
They wouldn't be up in there. They would be on the outside looking in.
To me,
and what they would have put in was, they would have put in Miami and Notre Dame, but they would have had more of an uproar by leaving Alabama out because they're Alabama and they lost to a team in a Big 12 championship, in a SEC championship game, where they had to play an extra game that other teams did not have to play.
See, bro, they're going to have to, to me, I don't know how they're going to fix this. To me, I think they should just do away with the
conference championship game.
Conference championship game. Because to me, it really doesn't, it doesn't represent like it used to when it was the bowl committee, when it was the BCS. Now they should just, you play your schedule, and then they have some kind of points or tiebreaker method, and whoever's the top 2 teams, those teams go to the well, I think they should go to 16, and then the Power 4 would all get 4 teams, and then you would have then there would be 4 at-large bids, and then call it that. Now, if you ain't one of the best 16, you don't get in. Period.
Right, but think about this. These are the teams. These are the teams that have opted out of the bowl game, but people want to trip with Notre Dame because Notre Dame opted out.
Well,
you got Notre Dame,
okay,
Kansas State. Who need a bowl game more? Kansas and Kansas State out. Iowa State just lost their coach. Y'all definitely need a bowl game to show something. Florida State can't win nothing, and y'all opted out. Auburn, UCF, Baylor. Lord knows Rutgers need to be showing something. They opted out. Temple opted out. These are schools, but we tripping because of Notre Dame opted out?
No, but I understand why, bro. Why play an exhibition game? I can't say the word. Exhibition game that means nothing. It's not going on your record. It just goes in whatever bowl game you go to's record, and that's about it. But you're going to showcase talent for another team to go, oh, he's pretty good. He didn't get to play this year. Well, let's offer him an NIL deal and let's go and pick him off that squad and bring him to our squad. So it's like sending them to the slaughterhouse for everybody to take a look at and go, no, he looks good. and then they pick him up and put him on a different squad.
And that right there is the reason why you can start having more teams opt out because of NIL and the transfer portal.
Yeah, because
so
I know if I got a 6'5" dude that didn't play that I know gonna be that dude next year, if I go to a bowl game, I'ma really debate, should I play him or should I not play him until spring ball?
And that's, like I said, that's why these bowl games it's finna be worthless, because the only thing, like you said, is going to be a showcase for other teams to say, okay, he didn't have his grades at the beginning, so we didn't go after him. But now he carrying a 2.5, 3.0 GPA.
And he can throw the ball.
We got an extra $2 million.
Yeah.
Let me see what we can do.
Yeah. Cause now to me, the bowl game should be kind of obsolete, because now it's nothing but a showcase, bro.
Yeah. Because think about this. The new coach at Penn State, I believe, the coach that came from out, he was the head coach at Iowa State.
Yeah.
Now he's at Penn State. In the contract, I believe, they said they had to put $30 million for NIL money. $30 million.
That's because Penn State wants to compete, and they know they got a coach now. You see, he didn't look at how many quarterbacks he didn't put in the league.
30 million.
But they gave him some money because they want to compete in the Big Ten. And to compete in the Big Ten, who you got to compete with? Ohio State, Michigan.
Yep.
And so if you ain't got the kind of money that them guys is getting for NIL deals, then you behind the 8 ball, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say all this tripping, it's about politics
and money.
It's about money. Notre Dame not being in there didn't have nothing to do with what went on the field. It was all about, we cannot not have. I guarantee you, if Virginia would have won, Virginia
would be in there.
Miami wouldn't be in the playoff.
Right, it'd be Virginia.
It'll be Virginia and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Miami. That's why I say all this hollering that people talking about. Let's get real. Let's call a spade a spade. If Virginia would have beat Duke, Miami would not be in the playoff right now. It would be Notre Dame, because they would have had an ACC team represented in the playoff.
Yeah, but to me, 12 is not enough, bro. You got it's 120 something teams in Division I,
man.
And
okay, 120 of them. 20 of them, only 20 of them got a chance.
True.
Only 20 of them. So like I said, you don't need no more than 16. Anything other than 16 is just uncivilized, especially if y'all don't want to start right after, because here it is, the playoff don't start for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you want to holler student athlete, I'll bump all that student athlete crap, because if you care about student athlete, you'll start right after. So you cannot go higher, because they added games in the regular season, which now most teams playing 12 games.
Yeah. So I think they should get away with the conference championship game.
And so you're not supposed to do 16 is the highest. People talking about 24. No. Because
I don't.
You do not have 24 teams that have a chance to. It's not like basketball,
right?
You don't have 24 football teams out of 160 that has a chance to win a cotton picking title.
Because really, to me, if you do it like that, that means number one would pay 25. And I don't think 10 out of 10 games that the 25 ranked team is going to be able to beat the number one team. This is not basketball. Now, when you get to the 12 and 13 teams, they might be pretty much about the same.
Yeah.
But when you're going
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. they ain't got a cotton picking chance.
Right. They might beat the team they play first round, but the second round team, especially if they the higher ranked team, it ain't gonna even be close. So to me, because you starting that's too broad of a spectrum, especially in college football, and then they would take too many games. To me, especially now, SEC said, what is it? You got to play, is it 9 division games?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 9?
It's 8 or 9.
Yes, I think it's 9 because you get 3 non-divisional.
So my thing is, like I said, if you're going to have 12, make it 12. Not 12, and then the top 12 is out because you got the two bottom feeders.
You got to feel at the 12 and 11.
Yeah, the 2 catfish.
Yeah.
The catfish, because catfish a bottom feeders on it. The 2 catfish got to be put up in there, so that 12 team just make it 14, where the 2 catfish can still be up in there, but you got 12 legit teams that have a chance.
And then we'll give the number 1 and number 2 a first and second round bye.
At least the first.
Okay, because to me, it really should be Texas, Notre Dame for James Madison and Tulane. And then we would have probably the best 12 teams in college football playing for the chip. And then it would be a lot more fairer, because last year, like SMU, when they got to, who did they play? They beat the first round, then they got the second round and got the dogs blown off of them. I don't want to see those kind of games, bro. I want every game to come down.
Playoff games should be competitive.
Yes, it should. Now, you're gonna get a blowout every now and then from some fluke turnovers and all of that. I get that. That happens. Then I can be like, okay, they did turn the ball 4 times, and that's how they got blown out. It'll be a good reason why they got blown out. But when you get beat 40-something to 10, and your offense couldn't move the ball at all on the defense, do you really should be in the playoffs?
Nope. But hey, we shouldn't be here right now, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a 30-second break, and we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna talk some NFL so we can get up and out of here. Right here on the $2 Sports Talk Show.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday to Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM.